Dino Plumbing and Heating Kent, proud sponsor of Team Talk.
Hello and welcome to Team Talk live on KMTV. I'm Nicola Everett. On tonight's programme we'll have a roundup of the weekend's football and hockey action from across Kent. Plus we'll be speaking to some of Kent's finest karate kids after their triumph at the World Championships. But first, here's tonight's lineup. Supporting grassroots football, highlights and reaction from the weekend's football as the country celebrates non-league day.
I felt, as I told them at half-time, we had too many people hiding, not wanting the ball, and that's why they had more possession than us.
Top of the tree, results from the weekend's hockey as Holcombe men's continue their unbeaten streak. And learning to swim, Medway scheme offers cheaper lessons for primary school children.
They're up against it with academic pressure, funding, everything else.
We start with football, and as the Premier League paused for an international break, it allowed the country to celebrate non-league day. Tunbridge took on Bognor Regis in a top-of-the-table clash. Andy Hessenthaler took charge of his first game of Dover, and there was even a familiar goalkeeper scoring once again. Here's the best of the action from the weekend.
We start at Longmead as top of the table. Tunbridge faced third placed and chasing Bognor Regis. Angels had only lost one game previously and held the best defensive record in the league, so it wasn't surprising to see the first half goalless. But the hosts were caught with too many men forward as they tried to find an opener in the second, allowing Bognor to break. And with one long ball forward, Mason Walsh held the ball up before finding Bradley Lethbridge to slot home. But Tunbridge broke level on 67 minutes when a blocked shot deflected its way to Alex Reid, who was still onside, and couldn't believe his luck when all he had was the keeper to beat. Both sides were searching for a winner with 20 to go, but Tunbridge would have to do it without first-choice keeper John Henley after he got caught up in a nasty clash. With Stuart Copeland being called into action, he wouldn't have thanked his defenders for failing to close down Walsh, whose strike from outside the box found its way into the bottom corner in added time to allow the visitors to escape with all 3 points.
I think after the injury to Johnny, you're looking at trying to get a point. But again, we've gone forward and could have scored again. I felt, as I told them at half-time, we had too many people hiding, not wanting the ball, and that's why they had more possession than us. Sometimes I hear things and you just got to let go of your head, because we're top of the league. And some of the comments I heard today were very detrimental to the side. Not everyone, but some things I was hearing was disgusting.
Off to Chippenham as Dartford were looking to improve on away form after winning just one of their last 6 on the road, despite winning all 6 of the ones before. And it was Darts who drew first blood on 23 minutes when a corner came in and finally fell to Jamie Philpott, whose volley on the turn found the net. But the visitors couldn't make it to the interval with the lead. Nat Jarvis found himself goal side just 3 yards out and had a tap-in to draw level on 44 minutes. Fans across the country flocked to their local side to celebrate non-league day at the weekend. So what a better time to mark the occasion and an advert for non-league football with a goalkeeper finding the net. 2 years after his last goal, Darts keeper Darren Ibrahim's free kick managed to fly all the way in and proved to be the eventual winner. The Darts result leaves them level on points with Chippenham and just 2 points off the playoffs after 12 games. Meanwhile, in the Bostik League, Tunbridge's defeat reduces their gap at the top of the league to just 1 point. Margate edged past Enfield Town in an early season playoff clash, but it was bad luck for Folkestone as they lost out to Dorking. In the National League, the pressure continues to mount on Daryl McMahon at Ebbsfleet after just 1 win in 9 as they were beaten by Solihull. Meanwhile, it was another defeat for Maidstone as they lost 2-0 to Fylde. It was a positive result for Dover at high-flying Harrogate though, But a 95th minute equaliser denied Andy Hessenthaler a win in his first game in charge, as they played out a 2-2 draw. But the new Whites boss was delighted with his team's outstanding performance.
Some players have only done 1 day's training this week, but 2 or 3 that have only done the 1 day's training. Some have done 3 days and some have only done 2. So it's been a little bit disjointed. So we haven't been able to get loads of work into. You can see today that the fitness levels have got to go up. But that only come from training every day. So I was over the moon. I thought second night we were a better team.
Most of the Bostik South teams were in FA Trophy action at the weekend, with Faversham the only Kent side losing out to local rival Sittingbourne. Wins for Sevenoaks, Hythe, Herne Bay and Whitstable sees them into the first round, but Ramsgate will face a home replay against Phoenix Sports, with the winners going on to play Hornchurch. Moving up the leagues, it was different pitch, same problems for Gillingham despite the new turf being laid at Priestfield, as they were beaten 2-0 by Southend.
Well, sticking with football, and as we saw there, Dover Athletic made a positive start with Andy Hessenthaler at the helm with a 2-2 draw at Harrogate. He took charge of his first training session last Tuesday night as the club prepared to go full-time in a bid to pull them out of the relegation places. Keelan Webster has been taking a look at the new look Whites.
Just days after the sacking of Chris Kinnear, Dover Athletic moved to secure Andy Hessenthaler as their new manager. The former Gillingham boss experienced a fruitful spell in charge of Dover 10 years ago, winning back-to-back promotions. But with the Whites now sitting second bottom of the National League, his message is clear.
Well, we've got to work hard, we're in a position where we've got to start climbing the table. We're not going to look, we can't get much lower, can we? There's only Braintree below us, and there will be changes. The chairman, to be fair to him, has given me an opportunity to try and bring some players in to freshen it up, which I'm going to have to do. And I'm sure some players will leave. We can only carry a certain amount of players in the squad.
Changes aplenty are on the way then. In fact, some have already taken place. Nicky Southall and Darren Hare also returned to the club following stints with Maidstone United. So what are they hoping to see?
Just get smiles on people's faces again. I think that's, as a player, I think you need to go out there and have that kind of smile on your face and look like you're enjoying it. Because obviously I was at the game here Saturday and it looked like a few of the players didn't look like they were enjoying it.
I don't think it's rocket science. We know where we are. We've obviously our main task is to make sure that we stay in this division, and that's not going to be easy. The fact of the matter is we just got to start picking some points up. But the good thing is there's still plenty of time to do that.
Their first training session took place last night and the reaction was a good one from the players. Defender Connor Essam has played under Hessenthaler before and knows what to expect.
He's hard but fair. He demands hard work of everyone. He's got his own philosophy, which I think is very different from Chris's. Obviously, they both work in their individual ways, but we've all got to buy into this now, and we've got to get together and all try and get up the table.
Despite the threat of relegation, Chairman Jim Parmenter has given the new management setup a 3-year contract.
But 3 years is the term that we're talking about, and that's a real commitment really to full-time football and trying to get the club promoted.
A spot in the Football League remains a priority then, so what can Dover fans expect with Hessenthaler at the helm?
It will be entertaining, but we've got to be harder to play against. We've conceded far too many goals, and that's going against us at the moment. So we've certainly got to get that right. Our defensive unit's got to be better.
Keelan Webster, KMTV.
Now to something a little different. Some of Kent's finest karate kids have picked up medals at the World Championships. Brooke Richardson and Jack Butcher from Lydd and Jack Nichols from New Romney all won titles representing South East Karate. We'll be talking to Jack Nichols after the break, but I'm delighted to say I'm joined by Brooke and Jack and their sensei Dave Woolard. So guys, many congratulations. Brooke, if we can come to you first, you actually picked up 3 titles, didn't you? Can you tell us what you won?
In fighting, I got a first place, and weapons, I got a first place, and in kata, I got a second.
Were you expecting that, or was that quite a surprise?
It was a surprise, yeah.
You must be very pleased. You've got all of your medals there as well. That looks absolutely fantastic. And you were the youngest student, weren't you, to pick up your black belt as well, is that right?
Yes.
So that's fantastic. And Jack, can you tell us what you got your gold in? It was point sparring, is that right?
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about it? What does it all involve?
Points is basically, it's around the fighting but you've got to basically get in there, get your point and get straight back out, otherwise you can get in there, get a point and they can get a point on you. So it's all about your timing and to get the point and to get back out. And on my opponent, he was leaving his guard down, so I was in, out constantly.
So 4 medals between the two of you. Dave, let's come to you. You must be very proud of your students.
I'm chuffed. I haven't won anything, but I'm so chuffed for the students. Every time we go to a tournament, they win. I've won, you know, and it's... Yeah, the future aim is going to get 2 or 3 of my kids to the Olympics. That's our future aim, and I'm sure we'll get there eventually.
And how hard do they have to work to achieve what they've got so far?
Well, very hard. A typical gradient, for argument's sake, is 4.5, 5 hours of training. And at the end of that, they have to fight for an hour with 5 fresh people on them all the time with no break. There's no break, no take the drink. And if you're up at the end of that hour, then you get your belt.
And how hard was it for Brooke to get her black belt?
Very hard. I took it hard on Brooke because she's, you know, probably one of the best fighters there. So yeah, we bashed her all around the place. I didn't because of my broken leg, but I had other black belts there that did. You know, the ones in the photographs. Yeah, she done so well. You know, brilliant. I couldn't praise her enough.
Absolutely fantastic. Well done, guys. We're going to be chatting plenty more after the break, but that is the first half of Team Talk. There's still plenty more to come. We'll be chatting more to Kent's karate kids after the break, and we'll be visiting a Medway Swim School offering cheaper lessons to primary school children. See you in a few minutes.
I just don't want them to feel like me. I want them to enjoy their swimming and it just be easy and not something they have to think about when they got their own children.
Well, that's still to come, but we've still got time for your Team Talk teaser. This week we're asking you, what colour belt comes before black in karate? Find out after the break. Welcome back to the second half of Team Talk. Now, before the break, we asked you what belt comes before black in the standard grading of karate in the UK. Well, the correct answer we were looking for is brown. Well done to those of you who got that right. Now, we've still got our guests alongside us, and Jack Nichols has joined us as well to talk about all of your success at the World Championships. But Dave, I'm going to come to you first. Can you just explain a bit about the World Championships, how it works? Because there's lots of different events that they're competing in, isn't there?
Yes, it's set up, everyone's in their categories in ages and weights. Then we have to go through so many elimination rounds. We go through and we have to win those rounds to get through to be able to fight in the world title. They've all done it, they've all got through, and yeah, just hope there's many more. Basically.
Absolutely. And Jack, thanks for joining us in the studio. Can you tell us a bit about the medal around your neck? What did you win?
I won in point sparring and I came second place.
And what was the whole competition like and the experience for you? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was really fun. It was quite intense, but overall, yeah, it was really fun.
And have any of you been to a competition as big as this before?
No. I went to the internationals and nationals before and won them, but not World Championships.
So this was kind of your first experience on taking on a lot of other people at very high level. Brooke, tell us what it was like. Were you a bit daunted at any stage, or were you quite confident in your ability?
Well, I think if you're a bit too confident, you could probably end up messing it all up, but I was fine. It was okay.
And what is it about karate that you enjoy? Tell us the best bits about the sport.
The fighting. And learning new punches, kicks and all of that stuff.
And it's quite a disciplined sport, isn't it? You have to be really focused on what you're doing. How difficult is it?
It's not too difficult if you know what you're doing, but I can't remember when I was little, so I'm not sure how it is then.
So how old were you when you first started?
6.
And you're how old now?
12.
So you've been doing this for half your life and you've obviously done incredibly well. Dave, tell us a bit about how much commitment they have to put in.
They train between 4 and 6 hours every week. If they don't come to class, I need a phone call. Otherwise I'm on the phone, where are you? They all train very hard. I work them very hard. If they want to become great, being nice to them is not going to work. So I shout and I scream and I do all sorts, whatever I have to do to get them to work hard.
And of course karate is being added to the Olympics, isn't it? What do you think that's going to do for the sport?
It's going to be great, great for the karate side, great for these kids. They're all too young now, but the next time round they will all be in the age group of competing, and I would expect to see at least 2 of these 3 there in the next World Championships, not this one, in the second time round with the karate in it. They're plenty good enough.
Do you think it's quite a long time coming for it to be included in the Olympics?
It is, yeah. I mean, karate and judo, they've all been going just as long as each other at the end of the day. I favour karate because we're a self-defence. You know, that's why you should be taught everywhere in schools. People attack you, then you sort them out. All the other martial arts is attacking first. We use it because we teach it in schools, karate and that kind of stuff, so it's a self-defence. But no, it's great. I don't get sand thrown in my face at the beach. And the kids won't either. You know, they all look after themselves. They're disciplined. They don't start fights because they're disciplined. I had a black belt girl. If I've got time, she applied for a job. They'd been to school and there was 20 of them. And her future employers called me and said, "Why should I give your girl the job?" I said, "She's trained for 7 years, so she won't be leaving any time quick. She sticks at things." I said, "She's disciplined. She doesn't like bullying, and she won't get bullied either." I said, you know, and she's always there. So what can I say? You can't give any more than that. He'd give her the job.
Fantastic.
And she's doing really well.
So guys, what do you think is next for you? What would you like to achieve? When you hear that karate is at the Olympics, is that something you'd like to achieve? Brooke, what do you think?
Definitely I want to be an Olympic champion. It might not be in karate, but I'm still very committed to it.
And you're into other sports as well?
Yeah.
Okay, and Jack, what do you think?
Yeah, being an Olympic champion would be really fun and cool. It would be good to say, "Oh, I've won the Olympics." Not many people can say that. And if that don't turn out, I would like to be a boxer too.
And of course the World Championships take place in all different countries, don't they? So the kids have a good chance to travel around as well.
Yeah, 2 years' time it's in Greece. and well, those 3 are already there because they've qualified for this time round. I have to go and qualify again. But yes, fine, we'll all be in Greece in 2 years' time, all hopefully gold medals again.
Well, excellent. Huge congratulations from all of us, and thank you ever so much for coming in to see us tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hockey now, and there was a Kent clash at the weekend as Holcombe took on Canterbury in the Women's Premier Division. Meantime, Holcombe men were looking to continue their unbeaten start to the season as they travelled to Wimbledon. Here's a quick recap of the weekend's results.
It was a Kent derby in the Investec Women's Hockey Premier Division as Holcombe hosted Canterbury. Sophia Savino and Durkee Chamberlain both scored for Holcombe, who, despite Grace Balston's goal, managed to get 3 points against rivals Canterbury. In the men's division, and Sevenoaks' tricky start to the season continued as they lost at home to Hampstead and Westminster. Josh Kelly was the star man for the away side with 2 goals in the first half to seal a comfortable victory. Meanwhile, Holcombe travelled to Wimbledon and came home with a 2-0 win. Nick Bandurax continued to prove how prolific he is in front of the net with another goal for his tally for this year, whilst Alistair Bray's penalty corner on 47 minutes wrapped up the points for the Kent side.
A Medway-based school is looking to combat high numbers of pupils leaving primary school unable to swim. It comes almost a year after KMTV revealed 1 in 3 children in the county don't have basic swimming skills by the age of 10. Cameron Tucker's been investigating.
1 in 3 children leave primary school in Kent unable to swim. Those were the shocking figures we revealed on KMTV almost a year ago. While the latest figures have yet to be published, the reasons behind the numbers are still having a ripple effect. After airing the report, we received a stream of comments on social media. One parent complaining about the cost of classes, another frustrated with the limited number that run in the school year. Now, there's one Medway-based scheme that started that's offering frequent and cheaper classes, and I went to go and check it out. H2O Fitness is looking to buck the current trend and join a handful of other organisations aiming to get pupils from years 4, 5 and 6 confident enough to swim 25 metres by the end of a 6-week period.
Our main job that we want to do at H2O is obviously to help the schools really, because they're up against it with academic pressure, funding, everything else.
But even with the benefits of having a pool on site, staff at the school face the same obstacles experienced throughout the county.
It does take up time because obviously we're not trained swimming teachers, we're trained to teach PE, but not swimming specifically, so each teacher has to go on a course, and then obviously it's the same as any of your other lessons, you plan weekly lessons. It's also about having the amount of adults and trained adults to come and help with that, because obviously you can't teach a class of 30 all together swimming. It wouldn't work the same as it does for geography or science.
With record numbers of primary pupils leaving without basic swimming skills, there's growing pressure to tackle the problem before the children reach adulthood.
I have tried over the years to build my confidence myself, and like Hayley said, I've had lessons and that has helped it improve, but I just don't want them to feel like me. I want them to enjoy their swimming and it just be easy and not something they have to think about when they've got their own children, or if they're out for the day with their friends or other adults, that they know they're safe.
The amount of parents, of adults that come to us, as soon as they become parents, there's just immediate panic of, I need to learn to swim. And also then some of them, which they shouldn't, they have that guilty feeling that they can't go in the water with their children. I mean, when I say frightened, literally, some of them they don't even go on a boat. It's been that extreme.
The H2O Fitness scheme is contributing to addressing the issue, but with Hayley and other instructors still noticing a growing band of non-swimming youngsters, there's still lengths to go to fixing Kent's primary school swimming problem. Cameron Tucker for KMTV.
Just before we go, let's take a look at some of the best tricks, tackles and tweets during the last week or so. Here's Team Talk's Top Corner, and we kick off with our top 3 plays.
At number 3 in this week's Team Talk Top Corner is the goal from right-back Arlen Birch against Maidstone on Saturday. Fard were comfortably seeing the game out against the Stones when the ball fell to the defender 30 yards out, and he tried his luck. But the ball rifled low and hard into the bottom corner, which was also his first goal for the club, and well, what a way to do it. At number 2 this week is Gravesend gymnast Georgia May Fenton after she was shortlisted for a prestigious award. The 17-year-old joined 9 other sports stars in the running for the BBC Young Sports Personality of the Year award after picking up gold at the Commonwealth Games earlier this year. Georgia's up against the likes of Fulham footballer Ryan Sessegnon and tennis player Jack Draper, for the gong being awarded at the Radio 1 Teen Awards this Sunday. She could join Wayne Rooney, Tom Daley and Ellie Simmons in the history of past winners. But of course, at number 1 this week is the goal from Dartford goalkeeper Darren Ibrahim. The Dart shot stopper provided the perfect advert for non-league day at the weekend when he tried his luck from a free kick inside his own half. It comes 2 years after his last goal, and this one proved to be the eventual winner as Dartford ran out winners at Chippenham Town.
That's all from us tonight. Don't forget to follow us on social media using KM_Team Talk. Good night.